So 18 outcomes, all right? You decide what you want to do. You want to go 3 first or 6 first? It's up to you. I'm going to go with a 3. I'm going to spread it out a little bit. Three options here. So you've got 1, 2, 3. And then each one of those branches should have 6 coming off of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? I'm sure yours looks prettier than mine. I'm just going to fast forward because it's too much time, right? But this is what I did, right? So if you run out of time, it's okay to extend it. It's not a big deal. If you did the outcome table, you would do something like this: 1, 2, 3 along the top. Oops, sorry. 1, 2, 3 top here. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this would be 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, right? And it's 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. And you would have 18 possible combos. So you decide what you want to do with, you want to do outcome table, tree diagram. I don't really force you normally to do one over the other, but outcome tables only work if there's 2 events. If you're more than 2 events, like socks, jersey, shorts, then you'd have to go tree diagram. Okay. All right. So 2 marks for that, and I'll let you be the judge today. But I would say make sure there's enough detail on there to get the full marks. Okay. So I want to get into this here. Manitoba license plates consist of 3 letters and 3 numbers, just like this. Letters I and O are never used. 0 to 9 are used, right, for digits. So how many possible license plates are there? Start when it starts with the letter A. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This has to be an A, so there's only one option. And you got to know that it's 26 letters, right, minus 2, right, I and O. So you technically only have 24 letters available. So it'd be 1 for A, and then can you repeat or not? Yeah, it doesn't say that you can. So, and we're not limited. It's not like you're drawing from cards or something like that. So it's 24, 24, and then it's 10 times 10 times 10. Did that surprise you that 0 to 9 is 10? I hope not. So this would end up being 24 squared times 10 to the power of 3 if you'd like. However, is 576,000 plates that can be made. Okay, so that's, I'm giving you 1 mark for each here. I don't know why it says out of 3. I'll change that. Starts with an E and has to end with a 9. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 has to start with an E. So only one option there. Ends with a 9. You only have one option, and so then you got to fill in the rest. So it's 24, 24, 10, 10, right? So these are all multiplying like that. Okay, that ends up being 24 squared times 10 squared, and that is 57,600 plates. Okay. No repeating letters or numbers. This, don't worry about it. You'll know what this is after today. It's the same method really. It's just it's a bit shorter. It's quicker. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this would be 24, 23, 22, and this would be 10, 9, 8. Okay, so nothing repeats. That gives you 8. Hold on. I'm just making sure. Yeah, I'm on the right line. 8,743,680 plates. I don't like the commas, to be honest, so I just leave them. But if it helps you, sure. All 3 letters are different vowels, and no repeating numbers. So you have to. This is A, E, I, O, U. However, I and O are not used, right? So you just have 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this would be, you technically have 3, 2, 1, and then you have no repeating numbers, 10, 9, 8. That's really what it comes down to. So that would be 4,320 plates in that case. So we'll go 1 mark for each one of these. I would say you either got it or you didn't. Sorry, today that's what it is, just to make it easier. So this page is worth 2 and 4, right? 2 and 4, that's 6 for this page. All right, backside. I saw interesting work here, and I appreciate you trying. You know, even if it's not right, I'd say you gave it a go, right? But if it's 12 people that we have to choose from, and the positions would be president, vice president, secretary, treasurer. So there are technically 4 positions that you're filling in: president, vice president, secretary, treasurer. Okay, so you can have 12, then you can have 11, 10, and 9. Okay, that's really what this was all about. And that is 11,880 councils. This is using the fundamental counting principle. Okay, so we'll just make this worth 1 mark because I didn't ask you to have a second method. Next, simplify. I was hoping that this one at least you could score some marks on. I will expand the greatest number, 8, 7, 6, 5, and I'll just slap on a factorial there, because 2 times 1 times 5 factorial. I'll leave the 5 because this cancels out. I'll give you a mark for that if I see that you're canceling out the 5 factorial, and then another mark for actually having the final answer. If you want to simplify, 2 goes in here 1 time, goes in there 4 times, and that's about it. That's all you can do. So that ends up being 168. Yeah. So 1 mark, 1 mark. Yeah.
I simplified it by I have to do the other part. I simplified it by turning 8 factorial into actually 8 factorial, and then 2 factorial times 5 factorial, which is 240, and I wrote out the answer 40,620 divided by 240 equals 160.
So you went 8, 7, 6, 5 all the way down to 1.
No, I actually
Typed in
40,320 because that's what factorial is.
So I'll give you 1 out of 2 today if you got 168. But usually when it's, I should have used numbers that can't be plugged into the calculator. That's what I should have done. But all right, this one. This is what we did yesterday here, solving equations, and I saw a lot of you were able to do this. So n plus 1, n minus 1, right? So this expression slowly decreases by 1 every time. Once I see n minus 1 at the bottom, boom, it's gone. The 6 is still on the other side. I forgot something. I forgot my restrictions. How dare you, right? N at the top would have to be greater than or equal to negative 1. At the bottom, n would have to be greater than or equal to plus 1. So this is the overall restriction. And so when this cancels out, I can just distribute, right? So it's n squared plus n is equal to 6. N squared plus n minus 6 is equal to 0. You used your calculator most likely, but factoring, guys, when it's this simple, like if the coefficient here is 1 and this is also 1 or negative 1, this is how you do it, guys. You're writing this factored out. You take the first sign and put it here. Positive times a negative is a negative, right? So you put that sign on the second bracket. That's what I always, that's a shortcut. Think of two numbers that multiply and give you 6. You can go 1 and 6, but that wouldn't work to give you the 1 here. So I'll go 2 and 3 or 3 and 2. If you use your calculators, you're not even worrying about this, right? So out of this, n would have to be -3 to give you 0. Here, n would have to be 2 to give you 0. So this one obviously is not it. It's this one here. Okay, n is equal to 2. I will give you full marks if you get here, to be honest, because checking is up to you, right? Check. You just plug n 2 into that, right? So it's 2 plus 1 factorial and 2 minus 1 factorial. That's supposed to be equaling 6. So at the top you've got 3 factorial. 2 minus 1 is just 1 factorial is equal to 6. I hope that 3 factorial you can do in your head, right? It's 3 times 2 times 1. That's just 6. And 1 factorial is just 1. So there we go. It checks out. So here's the breakdown. I'll give you 1 mark if you're able to cancel out the n minus 1 factorial. And I'll give you another mark for everything else. Hold on. I'd probably give you half a mark here and a full mark for the final answer, and then half a mark for the restriction yet as well. So 3 marks if you have n is equal to 2, and it kind of looks good. So 1 and 2, that's 3, and another 3 is 6. So the back side is 6 also. So 6 and 6, we've got a total of 12. Hey, it still worked out. Yeah. So make sure your name and last name is on there.